My name is Marissa Levine. I will be performing My First Kiss by Katie Zynbensky. I had just turned 10 when I first met Deacon. He invited me to play kickball at my friend's house, and when it was my turn, I kicked the ball and I hit him in the face, giving him a bloody nose. After he got cleaned up, we played Truth or Dare. I was dared to kiss Deacon, and I was so scared I could hardly swallow. I mean, the big thing at the time was holding hands, and I hadn't even done that. Deacon took my hand and he pulled me behind the garage to share our first kiss. God, we must have stood there for at least 10 minutes, both of us too scared out of our mind to know what to do. But then Deacon started to lean in towards me. I could feel his breath on the bridge of my nose, and just as he was about to lay his lips on mine, I sneezed, and the top of my head hit his mouth. Deacon's braces cut my head open. I felt blood and tears gushing out of my face as I fell to the ground. Deacon called me a wimp for crying, and then I passed out. When I woke up in the hospital, Deacon was there. Finally, he told me he was sorry. Then he rubbed his head, signaling me to do the same. I looked in the monitor beside my bed and saw that my long hair had been shaved off for the stitches. God, I couldn't help but cut my face and cry, but then Deacon pulled my hands away. I tried to resist, but then Deacon leaned in and gave me my first real kiss. And then Deacon ran out of the room as fast as he could, and I cried even harder because he tasted like broccoli. The next day, he gave me a card his mom had forced him to make that said, "I'm sorry about your hair. It's not that ugly. I used to have a bald spot once." And after that, we became best friends. And then 2 years later, he became my first real boyfriend. After he kissed me, he'd always rub the same spot where he'd left the scar. Three years later, Deacon was diagnosed with brain cancer. As the cancer spread, he forgot more and more. All of his memories of us were fading. Some days he couldn't even remember my name. But I stayed with him through it all. It was a constant fight every day between me and the cancer. And then I got a phone call from his mom, telling me to come as quickly as I could. He was only 15, but he looked like he was 50. I held his hands and everyone gathered around his bed. By then, he didn't even remember why he rubbed my head, but he knew that it meant something to me, so he did it. Well, he couldn't lift his arms, so he made me lift them so he could rub my head one last time. When the doctor shut off the machines, everyone just stood there, as if waiting for a miracle. I stood there for an hour before I could let go. I'll never forget Deacon, and there isn't a single day that goes by that I don't think about him. Thank you.